Maine is home to a rocky coast, vast pine forests, and a strong maritime culture, and most of all fish, and lots of fish. But whether it's an old fisherman sitting in the corner of a bar, "Oi matey," or Native Americans telling great stories and folklore about how everyday things came to be, legends have been passed down from generation to generation. Now in the west of Maine near Bailey'sville sits Pocomoonshine Lake, which to me sounds like an alcoholic Mexican moonshine. But anyway, it's a beautiful lake that is the supposed home to the Pocomoonshine Lake Monster, a 30 to 60 foot serpent-like creature that has its legends tied to an Algonquin Indian tribe story. The legend goes that a supernatural fight broke out between an Algonquin shaman and a Micmac chief. The shaman turned himself into a giant snake and the Micmac a giant serpent. When the battle was over, the shaman defeated the Micmac and tied the serpent to a tree on the lake, which eventually evolved into the Poco monster. Now the first documented sighting of the Poco monster occurred in 1882 by a local sawmill owner named Sewell Quimby. He stated he saw the creature while on the lake one day. After trying to chase Poco, the serpent came out of the water and slithered into the forest, leaving a giant trench in the earth with his tail. It is unsure to this day what he saw, but when local authorities came and looked over the lake, they saw nothing. To this day, there have been many sightings of the monster, but no evidence to whether he exists. Could locals be seeing a bear, a moose, or even a beaver in the water? It is unsure. But what is sure is that these locals really believe something is in the lake. So next time you go to Pocomoonshine Lake on vacation, just remember, if something slithers past your leg while swimming, it might not be a fish. New Hampshire. It's one of my favorite states. You have everything from beaches, forests, the mountains, and even a deadly Indian curse has been laid on the land. What else could someone ask for? Well, to understand the curse, we have to go to Mount Chocorua, Mount I don't think that's it. We'll just call it Mount Coco. Mount Coco is barren. On the actual mountain itself, there's no trees, no vegetation, which is pretty weird considering that the surrounding peaks of the White Mountain Range are flush with vegetation. I mean, look, all green, then all of a sudden, bam, no green. It's barren. Why? Because way back when there was a Native American named Chocorua, which you probably guessed that. Coco trusted his white neighbors so far that he left his son with Cornelius Campbell and his family while he was traveling for his tribe. While gone, Coco's son accidentally drank some poison that Mr. Campbell had to hunt foxes with. When Coco returns, his son is dead. Not believing the accident, one night Coco kills Cornelius' family in an act of revenge. As Coco flees the house, Cornelius grabs his rifle and chases him to the summit of a mountain. Nowhere to go but down a cliff, Coco turns to Cornelius and shouts, "A curse upon you, white man. May the Great Spirit curse you when he speaks in the clouds, and his words are fire. Chocorua had a son and you killed him while the sky looked bright. Lightning will blast your crops. Winds and fire destroy your dwellings. The evil one breathed death upon your cattle. Your graves lie in the warpath of the Indian. Panthers will howl and wolves fatten your bones. Chocorua goes to the Great Spirit. His curse stays with the white man." As Coco finished his curse, Cornelius shoots him and Coco's body falls off the cliff. Now there are many accounts of what exactly happened that day, but all that is known is that the curse was left behind, refusing any vegetation to grow on the mountain.